Good morning. This is Diane Moore from the Chattanooga Public Library again. Today we're going to talk about irises. Irises are the incredible workhorse of the southern garden and also one of our state flowers in Tennessee. They come in every color, literally from white all the way to black. So whatever color your heart desires, you can get an iris in that color. Now once irises are finished blooming, they have great leaves that make a really good background support system for other plants that you have in your garden, so they're never a waste whether they're blooming or not. Now while your irises are in bloom and look great, you really don't want to dig them up or mess with them. But I do want to say that irises again are a workhorse. They're tough. I'll confess that I have dug irises up when they're in full bloom when I needed to move them somewhere else or I wanted one. And I will also confess that while I don't take things that don't belong to me, if I drive past your house and you have some gorgeous color of iris, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to think about how I could possibly accidentally end up with a rhizome in my pocket or my car. I won't do it, but I believe, I have to tell you, I am extremely tempted to do that. So, right now, these clumps of irises are just about perfect. Next year, they need to be divided. When irises grow, they grow from rhizomes. This is a clump that I've dug up from another bunch that I want to spread out and move. And you can see how they sort of grow up and around each other. They don't like to be buried very deeply, maybe an inch under the soil. It's just fine to mulch them. I mulch my irises, they don't complain at all. If you let them go too long without dividing them up, then what happens is these start growing around and on top of each other, and pretty soon you have a real battle. Now once you've dug up rhizomes and irises, there's a couple things that you do. This is the trick. I can dig these up and stick them in the ground. They might be all right. Then on the other hand, they might get wilty and unhappy. So this is what you do. You need a couple of tools. How to move over here without making you seasick again. You can use scissors, you can use a knife, you can use your pruners. And then, just like us, another important thing to use is your alcohol. Before you use your tools, it's not a bad idea to just spray them and make sure if there were any kind of viruses or little creepy things that you can't see that are on your tools, that you won't infect your things with it. So we are spraying alcohol all over ourselves and around everything that we touch now. This has always been a good garden principle. Once you've used your tools, spray them with alcohol to kill anything that might be creeping around on them, and then make sure you also keep them oiled. A bucket of sand with some oil in it, really good thing to stick them in. All right, once you get your scissors, your pruners, your knife, whatever works for you clean, then you're going to take that same bunch and you're going to trim them. That seems a little brutal, and like I said, you can do this any time of the year. Now you can trim them in a fan shape, or you can just cut straight across, which is a little bit hard to do with one hand, but I've got some done already. I cut this one in kind of a fan shape. This is one color. That's to help me remember. These are the burgundy irises that a friend would like some of, who nicely asked and didn't lust after them and take them. And then these I just cut in a slant across. Now what this does is it keeps the plant from stressing out and trying to grow after you've just ripped it from Mother Earth. Now all the energy goes into the rhizome and the roots while it establishes itself wherever you would like to plant it. And then it will happily grow again and it will bloom. Now the rhizomes that I'm talking about, this one, I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in a pot. And when you put it in the ground, it's going to grow 2 or 3 little leaf things. It's going to be a happier clump faster for my friend. In this case, I decided to take off a rhizome that was attached on the bottom. Now I just rudely broke it off. You can use your knife again that you've cleaned with alcohol, and you can just slice that off neatly. I've done both ways. You don't have to, but you can see that that leaves a scar. Sorry, that was a little blurry. Leaves a place on both of these. It's a good idea, once you've done this, let them just sit outside, won't hurt them a bit, until that dries. That way, there's less chance of root rot or insects attacking or any other problems that come from freshly abused roots and rhizomes. Now, the only thing to do with them is either stick them in a pot and wait until you're ready to give them to your friend or plant them, or after you've let them sit for a day, you can go ahead and stick them in the dirt. And again, remember, only about an inch deep. They don't like to be buried deeply. You can mulch if you like, and then just wait. Give them a good water at least once a week until they get nice and established. And after that, not long after, you'll have beautiful irises that people will drive by and lust after. Enjoy your irises and have a wonderful day.